Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good day in the market. It's January 13th, Friday the 13th. We're gonna look at SPY, some price action. Did futures on it today. Got wrecked again, actually. BBBY, pretty big sell off, 25% down. NEGG, 100% up. Smile Direct, a lot of little squeezers today. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy Money sticks around. Follow us on Twitter at Happy Money YT, as well as on our Discord server. Link for those are in the description. And we've been streaming, so make sure and subscribe and hit the notification if you want to jump on stream. Called out Smile Direct when it was down here. It ran like, I don't know, a lot since there. Same with NEGG. We were checking it out and it's down here. Had a nice little run there. IronNet was another one. This one I called out kind of late though. Yeah. Bank earnings were today, and I don't know, market sold off coming into it and then just had an epic rally out of it. So kind of in a little short squeeze bear market rally, it seems still. And the futures, let's see, I don't even know where I entered. I was trying to catch a short on it, honestly. And I entered a bad short here because I was looking on the hourly and I liked how it looked on the hourly for a short, and then it just wasn't looking close enough at the shorter term. Moved against me, closed it, entered another short up here, did a little dip, and then that move against me, and then I closed it. I decided to close it here, actually. I was thinking about holding it the whole time, and I'm like, I'm gonna close it here. And then I entered another short and closed it out real quick, and I was like, I gotta stop trading. So I stopped and should have gone long today. It's stupid because I've been calling long ever since this break, and I just need to stick with the longer term trends and the longer dated candles and just hold through it. So yeah, once it broke this resistance, once we had that daily candle over the 9 that was green, bullish MACD the next day, in good volume, I just let other economic data coming out and stuff shake me out, thinking CPI, thinking this, thinking that. I just stuck with the TA on this move. I would have just stuck with it. It would have been great. But at any rate, here we are, and it's now getting up to this kind of resistance that we set last year, where all of these peaks have turned around. So we'll see. It kind of broke through it here a little bit before, so not to say we can't break through it a little bit. It seems like the market really wants that 400, so maybe get to 400 before a move down or a consolidation, or maybe break out and retest this as a support and then keep going. You know, I don't know. I don't think the bottom's in, and a move like that I think would signify somewhat of a bottom for sure. So with that, I think we're nearing the top. I don't know if it'll come next week or the week after. I know we have economic data coming out and markets moving on that almost solely these days. So we'll just see what happens with that. Looks like it's also coming up to yesterday's high, or 2 days ago, whatever that was, yesterday. Yeah. And rejecting it just slightly. GME melting up today. Kind of crazy, low volume. I guess not up. It's down 1.16% on a green candle. So it was just stayed pretty strong consolidation day, honestly. Yeah, looks strong. I'm thinking more on GME that we are in a different kind of pattern than kind of a double bottom type deal like we had here. And I maybe mentioned this on the video. I've mentioned on stream a couple times, so I'll just go over it one more time. Double bottom here, and then the rally post OPEX, into the end of the month, which is pretty common. It wasn't that time. This time, same deal. And then those usually come with like a 2 or 3 day move, and then another double top, signifying the top. Even this was a post OPEX. If you look at the date on the bottom of the screen at 8:20, so that's after OPEX, the monthly options expiration. And then these bigger, longer, sustained, smoother rallies have been, they've started earlier in the month and rallied into OPEX, and then a rally after OPEX. So that I think is what we're in. More something like this that happened in May, where we started to move up. See, the bottom was the 11th of May. And then we moved up, consolidated, and then just ripped into OPEX, past OPEX, into the beginning of the month. The only other time we've really done that was right here. So I've kind of started just grinding up, and then this one didn't have much consolidation, just just ripped like crazy. But these runs are longer and usually bigger. This is when RC bought in, and this was a rally into OPEX. This was on the 14th, 15th. So yeah, saw prior OPEX run a bit, but this one wasn't even as long as that other one in May. So I think we might be looking at a longer, more sustained rally on GME, and not potentially not making a double bottom. You know, where we come down and retest 17 or 15 or even a new low. It looks like it's just grinding up even low volume and probably consolidate some before it makes a big move up. But it doesn't even have to consolidate much. That's just what's happened last time. It's a little hot on the hourly, so really it seems like any day it could just rip. We might not get a big retest or dip before that. So to just play through the volatility, I opened more cash anchored puts today on it. SPY just right at that line up there. It's crazy. And next week, if it starts to go crazy, I'll close them and just flip them over to shares. If we just kind of bounce around, even come down a little bit, cash anchored puts is what I want to be in. My strikes are pretty safe. It's 18.5. It's like a 24 delta, and then I think I have 17 strikes. I'll show you those. BBBY. What the big question? What is going on? So I did take a lot of profits yesterday, as you guys saw. RSI was hot. Coming into Friday, typically we have sell-offs. I was finally break even on positions I've been holding for half a year since the summer. So I took a lot of exposure off. Still have a ton of exposure though. I think probably more than even GME still at this point. And coming to Friday, this is somewhat expected. De-hedging, profit taking, and then just pressure to the downside. People selling their calls, market maker, de-hedging, and selling those shares. So this isn't actually too bad of a move to me, honestly. After coming up 350%, like bottom to top, to have it down 28% day is somewhat normal consolidation. This is volatility. So if you have a big move up, that's volatility. If it's fast, that's volatility. So you're gonna have the volatility to the downside. So yeah, it looks like nice consolidation. Thought it might fill this gap. Still could. I got about 30 minutes left, but might not. Closing above 3.35 would be good. Don't have to. That gamma ramp is still crazy over 3.5. It got even more crazy over 5, so or 4 even. So they definitely don't want that to happen. The shorts. So we'll see if it holds this level I've drawn here. This was a low from over here at 37.10. I think there's a fib level also. Let me just check that really quick. I was doing this on stream and it's kind of interesting to see how it did play out with the fibs. So yeah, it's just bottom to top. Weeble got rid of the lines, which is kind of, or like the numbers, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, that's basically right at that fib level, right where we bounced. So yeah. If you have a ABCD pattern where it's A, B, well, that's actually a little high. Whoops, there we go. Yeah, right here. Basically right at that gap fill, so we'll see. A, B, and then C, and then D might potentially would just move up to the next fib level. So I'll move back up to the high on ABCD, and then or you can play it for the move all the way to the next fib level, which is 87.13, or the next one, the 168.1% is actually 13.3. So those are also prior levels if you look. So that's kind of a resistance back here, that 5.8 right here, or sorry, not 5, yeah, 5, wait, no, sorry, 8.7. So 8.7, kind of had some supports here on these days and a little resistance here after that bounce. And then the next level up here is resistance on these two candles here. So looking for these levels. If there's no news and it's just purely gamma and short squeeze and covering and swaps and obligations and whatever, I don't know if this could get into the double digits again. But it really depends if the bankruptcy is real, and if that's all going to happen, then definitely can't, I would say. If there is news, merger acquisition, anything like that, taking bankruptcy off the table, news like that, then yeah, I think this could sustain and kind of trade around in a higher range. And on this move itself, whether it happens next week or the week after, I think it could go into the double digits if we do excuse me, if you do get that news. So I'm holding this. I've been conditioned for this, I guess. SPY's moving up, kind of broke that line. The last little wicks here, and it just looks like it wants that 400 number. 398. 400 is still quite a ways, but maybe next week. So that's BBY, that's GME. NEGG again made a big move. All these kind of squeezy, high shorted stocks, small caps, micro caps. Some were moving yesterday, and it kind of relayed in some of these other ones that hadn't had a chance yet. Now they're moving today. So the ones we had yesterday were like Hellbiz and Carnival, and or not Carnival, but Apron, and Apron's today. Sorry, it's been a long day. Carvana. I bought into some of these on the high for sure. Oh, see, now we're getting BBIG. The Hellbiz is down. So yeah, they're kind of just relaying. It's a little relay race. So BBIG, this one might start to run next week. BlackBerry looks good. A lot of charts look really similar to this, and this one hasn't run yet. So some of these ones that haven't run yet that are laggers might be good plays. A lot of these have looked similar chart, big move there. Celb, similar chart, kind of just rounding bottom the last 2 weeks. eBets one. What were we looking at? I mean, Apron. It's funny, BBIG. It's up on the watch list. IronNet, same sort of chart, very similar. MileDirect, NEGG, MGAM. This one looks a little different, but yeah, all those ones are kind of running. We'll see if it continues next week. Yeah, the overall market, I mean, it's still bullish until it's bearish, and it's still very bullish. So I gotta quit trying to time the top and short and just let it play. But at some point it's gonna hit a resistance, and it might be very soon. It might be that 400. So yeah. Oh, then trades. Here's what we're left with. History. I bought puts for margin. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my strategies playlist. You buy puts and it'll give you margin if you have shares. I played yesterday of the buying 100 shares of Carvana and selling covered call. It's working out all right. Here's the covered call for next Friday, the 8th strike. So as the stock goes down, this covered call goes up, or the value of my value in it goes up. My shares go down though, so it's a bit of a hedge. And then Hellbiz shares, of course, are down. I did trade some futures today. Like I said, I was getting kind of wrecked, unfortunately. I still have a natural gas long, and then I think, yeah, I'm down $1,000. So didn't keep trading, thankfully. And then on TD, my account went over 25k. It was at like 27 today from BBBY. It's back down to 24 now. I was at 27, and so I was able to open positions. So I actually did covered calls today on BBBY. I had a 5.5 strike. Received like $350 in premium for a 0-day strike calls. I did all 24 of them. So those closed out profitable. They're already closed because they were worthless. And then I have an order here to do cash and good puts, 1850 strike on GME cash and good puts for next Friday. And if it doesn't fill, I'll just move it up a little bit. And then on the long term, I as you know, I closed a bunch of cash secured puts on BBY yesterday at that high, and I still have some though, so those are down today, of course. We've got the GME short puts. I opened up these 2 days ago. These are for next Friday. That's 17 strike, a little more conservative. And then those BBBY short puts are right here, so they're down today, of course. Still have 19 of them, so there's $9,000 left of value I can squeeze out of these if BBY is up above $8 by next Friday. But if BBBY is just above like $4, I can close these out for break even. Just the way it works with all the rolling over and stuff. So that's what I did yesterday. Is I closed out like 40 of them for break even. So reduced a ton of exposure. So that's what I got, guys. Hope you have a good weekend. We'll see you on Discord. Peace out.